So, you want to have a nice ticker at the top of your screen that scrolls at NR2003. Well, you're in luck because there has been a couple of people who've been developing this kind of thing behind the scenes. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to install it today. Now, keep in mind that this is still a relatively new edition to come out and whatnot. But when everything is nice and installed, you can have a nice scrolling ticker for your races in NR 2003, whether it's online leagues or offline, as you can see with all the AI drivers that I have here right now. Now, for the first little bit of this, the download link to the tickers are on r/NR 2003 on Reddit. There is also a Discord server that you can go to and whatnot. It's also linked in the comments for this. For this one, we're gonna use the default NASCAR style ticker like what's displayed on here. So there is a link to it. I have already downloaded it and whatnot. So we're gonna go ahead and get that real quick. Anyway, so when you open it and extract it, you can just extract it really anywhere that you can easily find it. You're gonna see several folders. Basically everything here minus that one. And you're going to be able to go once you get this extracted and whatnot. Let me just quickly explain everything. Base overlays is basically the images that you use as a base for Cup, trucks, and Xfinity. Reference images is as a reference for what it might look like and maybe to help you align stuff. And then there is also a template with it that comes with it that you can use to modify it and make everything look good. There is a README and a template README, which is important to read. Now you'll also see an Apache group, a .zip, and a PHP folder. These are basically what you use to be able to display the ticker. For the PHP folder, you want to extract it or copy it, or whatever you want to call it, directly into your C drive or whatever your main drive is for your PC. I have already done this. I don't need to worry about doing that. As for the Apache group folder, you're going to want to open it and you're going to want to extract the Apache group folder out into your program files x86 folder. Now make sure it's Apache group and then Apache, otherwise it won't work properly. Once you have that set up, what you're going to do is you want to open up the apache.exe and then the GNLTV exes. They will appear like this. Now, in the earlier example that I had, it will obviously load with everything here. Now, it will become, now the GNLTV one will pop up with waiting for NR2003 to become active. However, we still need to set up a couple of things before we get into the game proper. Open up your web browser of choice. In my case, it's Mozilla Firefox. And then go to 127.0.0.1/WEB/. You should now be greeted with this web page here. This is just a miniature server that pops up. You should see a gray bar here that says NR2003 has not been started. Once you've actually opened up the game and whatnot, you'll be able to get to a point where it says no track loaded instead. And once you load in a track, no time for session, or no time set in the session yet, or something along those lines. However, once drivers cross the lines and whatnot, and drive positions are set, everything will be nice and dandy. Now then, you're going to want to go into OBS. Now, of course, I have OBS nice and set up and whatnot, so you don't need to worry about that. I mean, I already have everything set up here, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how to set it up here. Even though this is a different scene, technically, in my version of OBS. So what you want to do, first of all, is you want to go to this little plus source, or plus icon to add a source. And you want to add an image. In this case, we'll go ahead and do, we'll just call it ticker background, or ticker BG. You want to click OK. Then you want to browse, and then you want to go to where you have the ticker extracted. And in this case, we'll go ahead and do the Cup Series overlay. And then you want to do OK, and unlock it. It will now be the proper size already, as it is a 1920 by 1080 sized image. The next part you want to do is you want to go to adding another source, this time clicking browser. And we'll go ahead and do, I'll just name it Ticker 2 in my case, but you don't necessarily need to do it. Now it'll pop up with, all of this random stuff. So you want to do is copy this address, and you want to paste it where it says the obsproject.com/browser source. Paste your thing into there. Now, you don't have to resize the stuff like I'm doing. I'm doing it just to make stuff easier. Anyways, once you do that, you hit OK, and it should now pop up with everything. The blue background will become transparent, and you can see all the text and whatnot. Now, what you're going to want to do next is you want to hit the Alt key and start scaling down the source that you have created until you get about to a rough area where the actual ticker is. Now, if you want, you can always scale it up as well so we can get a little bit more precise with making sure that you don't have the silver outline on it either. That's what I'm going to do here. Next, you basically go ahead and just scale it down to the size of the ticker. Now you'll notice the ticker is, long. The background image, I should say, for the ticker is nice and long. The regular ticker, unfortunately, is not. So you're going to want to hit Shift and bring out this a certain way. Unfortunately, this will distort the actual ticker itself and cause it to be a little stretched out. But you know what? Not too worried about that. Once you're happy with the size, go ahead and lock the ticker size. And boom. Now, technically, I can close this one because I already have a alternate page up. Did not mean to open a tab in that. So we can go ahead and take care of that. We're going to go ahead and really quick refresh the cache of this, since I do have another tab open. Now then, don't need to worry about the next part just yet. And that is, of course, adding in the lap counter and, of course, the flag condition. Real quick, I'm going to go ahead and add in a game capture for NR2003 real quick. Let me just launch NR2003 real quick first. That way it works properly. Hold on. That's not what I want. I don't want game capture. There we go. All right. So, let me go ahead and delete that one. Now then. Alright. Gonna go ahead and move everything now down here. That way we can do that. So, gonna move that over. And boom, just like that, we're on NR2003. Now, for this to work, you're just going to want to go into basically any race and real quick. And we'll go ahead and run cars over at, we'll go ahead and do, what's track? That's not going to crash on me because, NR has a habit of doing that to me. Let's do New Hampshire. Why not? And lap or race length doesn't really matter. Whether or not you have practice or not also doesn't really matter. Let me turn off my resheet as well real quick. That way it makes it easier. Also, you can see at the top there it said no track loaded. And still does to an extent. But once you actually get the race in and you're loaded in qualifying session, you'll see no time recorded yet in this session. I'm doing something along the lines of that. And you can accelerate, and then you'll see the times here. And hey, look at that. You see the times up here as well. Now, the one downside of using GNL TV is the ticker will not update at all, even if you have multiple laps go by, until the entire ticker has scrolled through where it was currently at when it started scrolling. So you notice RJ Bishop was at the head of the line and fell back, but he did not really fall back to 10th on the ticker. Once it scrolls over, it should show him there, and now you see Homer Parsley now is in the lead with Eric Reinhardt in second for the drivers that I at least have. And of course, you can go straight into the race. And of course, because I skipped it, kind of skipped everything, that's okay. And you'll notice that as the cars run, you'll have effectively the equivalent of a race broadcast. Now, careful not to use the old ticker style for like UIE 2013, unless you intend on doing it that way, because while it will show 10 cars at a time here, it will kind of bleed out as you can kind of see. So, not exactly perfect, but it works, and it's awesome. Now, let's go ahead and, really quick, pause this. And then we'll go ahead and get into adding in other things, such as a lap counter. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Let's go ahead and move back over to the GNL.TV stuff. So, in order to add the lap counter, you're going to want to go ahead and open in a new tab on this link where it says click here. So that's going to open up this address plus racestats.php. It'll give you a full rundown of the thing for the field. The only things we are really interested in is this right here and this right here. Let me show you how to add those. You're going to want to go back into OBS, click the plus sign, add another browser source. We'll go ahead and make this lap counter 2 or lap count. We'll do that. Then same as before with the scrolling ticker, copy the web page, hit that, resize, and boom. And you'll see it also removes most of the blue background. Now I'm going to go ahead and actually duplicate this, if that's possible. Oh yeah, copy. And oh, it's not going to let me paste duplicate. Damn. Well, that's okay. I can just go ahead and do this real quick. Help if I'd spelled condition correctly. There we go. Alright, so we'll now have two of those. Now, just as before, you just need to go ahead and hit Alt and do this. Now, this layer I'm on is the flag condition, so we'll go ahead and worry about that real quick. And resize it so that way I'm actually, on the flag condition there. Here. There we go. And we'll worry about that again here in a moment. As for the lap count, we're going to go ahead and scroll or size this down to where it says the laps completed out blank out of blank. We're going to go size this up so that way we can get more accurate detailings here. Now, typically a race broadcast might only have lap number out of number, but in my experience, it's better to just have the complete laps completed blank out of blank, as you will sometimes have bleed over. Like for example, if I were to have this be like a triple digit, it might bleed over with this, whatnot. So it will take some fine tuning adjustments throughout the time. So go ahead and move this to here, give or take. It'll allow me to not have to worry about it going all over the damn place. Yeah, it's not gonna. Yeah, it's not working. It's not cooperating. Damn. Here, let me go ahead and just do that, and then. Damn it. Yeah, screw it. We'll just leave it there. And then go ahead and lock that. The flag condition. Go ahead and just move that on up there as well. And unlock that. Now, it's not perfect. It's janky. But it will do. Then, go back into NR2003. I forgot to move OBS over so that way I can see what I'm doing. Nice. You can go into NR2003. And then, as you can see, we are on lap 3 now, even though it says laps complete 2. Now, if we were to accelerate to, say, lap... I don't know, lap... Yeah, we'll do lap 14. As you can see, it updated to be lap 13 out of 76. Now, let's go ahead and throw a caution. Because why the hell not? You throw a caution, and you'll notice here in a moment, there it goes. It updated to the yellow flag as well. And that is essentially how you go ahead and set the ticker up in OBS. Thank you for watching this tutorial. And as always, leave a comment, subscribe, and, all the other good stuff. And we'll see you later on down the road. So long.